Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back. So this is going to be part 2, I guess you can say. Taking all the tools out of the toolbox, now we're going about getting that nasty, stinky Craftsman Stanley smell off of them. I don't know, but that's kind of like the one reason why I've never liked Craftsman and I've never liked Stanley. My grandpa had a crap ton of Craftsman, and it just had this smell to it. And I know the screwdriver is made of like that plastic whatever that breaks down. Who cares about that? It just makes tools smell like crap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all these tools. I'm going to separate the big ones, and I picked up some of this stuff right here. I've seen a couple videos. There was actually one dude. He got a bunch of like tools, like snap-on tools, that he left in like a storage unit or some truck or whatever, and I got a lot of surface rust on it. I'm just hoping this kind of gets rid of majority of that smell and cleans up a lot of the dirt and crap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate all the big items. I'm going to put a lot of the smaller ones in this bucket, and then I'm going to put the bigger ones inside this aluminum pan. And it's kind of perfect. I was out at Goodwill and I just so happened to come across this aluminum pan, and I picked it up. It was $3.99, you know, for aluminum. I figured I could use something for it, and works out just perfect. So let me get to this. I'm gonna go ahead and separate all the big tools, and then I'll pick it back up where we left off. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take all these sockets, Allen wrenches, keys, drill bits, wrenches, I'm going to throw them in this bucket over here. I separated all the big stuff, and hopefully that it doesn't deteriorate, because apparently after this is pretty much, we'll say, spent or expended, it turns black. Hopefully I have enough to just transfer it over into the pan with all my bigger items, and you know, if not, I'll just have to go buy another one. This is roughly about like 26 bucks if you buy it at Lowe's. I couldn't find it at Walmart, so that's where I got mine at. Another thing I'm gonna do is, these are kind of just like crappy wrenches or ratchets. They don't have any names on them. I don't think they're Craftsman. If they are Craftsman, they're the lower quality ones that come in like the socket sets a while ago. But we'll see what this does to the plastic and the internals. So let's give it a shot. At worst case, I may have to shoot it down with some like 3-in-1 lube, or kind of just like put some grease back in it. We'll figure it out. But give me a second here. I'm going to toss all these in this bucket over here. I thought this was funny. This guy had it like in a little package. This is like the cleanest one out of all of them. From Kmart. I'm guessing this oil filter wrench. We'll see what it does to the plastic. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause the movie. I'm going to load all this in, and then I'll start it back up again. So here's the bucket full of stuff. Hopefully this 1 gallon of rust remover soak will do it. If not, whatever. But it's just really to kind of get that smell off these tools, figure out which ones I want to keep. And then again, if I turn around and like go sell them to a pawn shop, they might give me a little bit more money because they might be a little bit cleaner. We'll see how it goes. I didn't throw the sockets in there just yet. I want to see what this does first. and then we'll go at it. That way if I need to buy more, I can have a separate gallon for the bigger items and the sockets. Alright, so it says directions: before soaking, remove as much dirt and loose debris as possible. Whatever. Pour rust remover soaker into a container. Excuse the train again. 30 minutes for light rust, 8 hours for medium rust, and 24 hours for heavy rust. So we'll see what it does. As you can see, it almost fills to the top. I'm going to try and just like shuffle it around. Second thought, we're going to try and get as many of the little tiny sockets in there as we can. Alright, now we'll see how this goes. I'm going to start taking these tools out. I'm going to wipe them down. Again, I'm trying out this WD-40 rust remover soak. Just trying to get that nasty, old tool smell off the tools. I want to kind of clean up some of the dirt and rust that may be on it. And then, we'll see what we can do with them. We'll probably toss them back in that toolbox. I got some other ideas, but let me go ahead and get these taken out of here, kind of clean up, and I'll show you what it's done. All right, so I already moved over the liquid into the bigger sets of wrenches and other bigger items, but I'm just going to dump out the rest of this, and we'll see how it comes out. Oh, well, I mean, right off the bat, so if you go back and you look at the other video, you can see that this had pretty much was covered in surface rust, and, it basically just took all the surface rust off this thing. So right here, you can see it probably needs a little bit of some, wire brushing or some steel wool. Again, I'm not too big on getting all the rust off. I'm just looking at getting that stank smell out of it. So it just goes to show, like, here's this bit has some duct tape around it, and it really didn't do anything to the duct tape. So if you're looking to see if it's safe on certain materials, it appears to be that it's going to be decent on other things. So again, just do a trial run first, but there's this duct tape around a wood bit, and it really didn't do anything much to it. As far as I know, I think, it was a good $25 that I spent on this. Again, I'm going to try and dry up as much, or most of these. I'm going to hit them down with some WD-40, and then probably hit them with some Goo Gone to try and get that smell off of it a little bit more, and we'll go from there. I mean, this was looks like to be a chisel, and you know, it took it down to pretty much the I don't want to say like the base metal, but the bottom coating, the original metal. So again, we'll see how this goes. Let me get all the rest of these cleaned up and then kind of do a little bit closer view of just what it's done to it. Two good things. I did find one snap-on tool in this whole entire wrench set. I haven't quite looked at all the sockets, but I'm pretty sure they're either just like Taiwanese, you know, crappy sockets, or Craftsman. I'm going to go ahead and clean up all this, see if I can find something well worth showing you guys of how well it did. To me, again, I think it's a good $25 if you got maybe some light, if you definitely have some light surface rust. Go ahead and give this stuff a shot. For me, I'm just trying to get that smell off of the tools again. So I'm going to get this cleaned up and then we'll come back in with it a closer shot. All right, so we're going to toss these little guys up inside these little wrenches inside that solution. Just want you to take a look at this Craftsman right here. I believe it's a Craftsman. Yeah. So this 9mm Craftsman has a bunch of surface rust at the open end, in the middle, and at the box end. So we're going to toss them in here, and we'll see how they do. Good. I got to go back to work tomorrow, so he's probably going to sit more than a day maybe, and we'll see how they do. But again, bear with me if I just kind of repeat myself over and over again. I'm really trying to save you guys from just sitting here watching me clean tools for 45 minutes to an hour. But biggest thing I want to point out is I had mentioned in the video that I was like, dang, I just bought a set of chisels and these were covered in surface rust. And you can see it took it down all the way to just, you know, the bottom, I guess, coating metal, natural metal. So this stuff really does work. Would I spend another $25 on it? Yes. Am I going to? Yes. If I ever need something to clean rust, am I going to buy this product again? Yeah. The one I want to look into is Vapor Rust, but for right now, this is well worth the $25 I spent. And again, if all that, you know, if that liquid is kind of, or the chemical is, we'll say, wore out or already been used up, I will definitely go spend another $25 to recoat or have these soak in it again. But let me try and find some more examples of how well this product did. I mean, one thing I do want to say is it looks like this individual used this to either drill out some silicone, or he had it inside the tip of a you know, like silicone tube, but it wasn't strong enough to, or I say it wasn't corrosive enough to eat up this, I'm assuming, silicone, and it wasn't corrosiveness to take it off this drill bit. But I mean, it took off all the rust from all these tools, and like, this was one of the bits, and normally these don't quite rust up so well, but you know, it cleaned this sucker to it looks brand new. There's a couple other in here. So again, most of these look pretty good. Again, what I'm hoping for is it just gets rid of the smell. If you guys have any questions, throw it down in the comments down below. There'll be a third video to it. We'll see what it does to the bigger wrenches and extensions and, you know, the other tools that I got. But so far, I'm going to get all these dried down again. I'm going to hit them with some WD-40. So going to hit it with a bunch of this, try and mask off some of that stank and smell. And then I'm going to go ahead and put them in a bucket. I bought one of those little tool bucket caddy thingies, and that's where a lot of these are going to go to. I'm going to try and separate them all to where at least I know what sizes I have, and then if I need to toss them in my toolbox, I'll toss them in my toolbox. If not, they're just going to sit inside that little caddy, because a lot of these wrenches I already have sizes for, but we're going to get them separated. Again, if you guys have any questions, throw them down in the comments. Send them over to BigRedandDuck@gmail.com. It's WD-40 rust remover soak really does work. And if you have any tools that have a little bit of rust on them, or you just want to clean up some of the tool, you know, it's a good $25 to spend on a gallon, and you know, you can clean up your tools really well. So you gotta get back to this before these start, you know, flash rusting or starting to rust up again. But I think if you took your time, soaked them in, you know, a pan or a bucket for 24 hours, maybe even 48 hours, took some steel wool to it or a wire brush, you know, you could definitely get your tool back to looking brand new. And for me, you know, it's $25 well spent. But again, hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit that subscribe button. Keep an eye out for part 3 for the bigger tools. And then I kind of got some other videos coming up. Thanks again, guys.